Hey guys, this is Poet Spice, and I am here to do a color along with this Aeppol book, the premium edition in the hardback. And I'm also using these gel highlighters from Diverse Bee that I was first introduced to by JoJo Zahana. And of course, her link will be in the description below. So she had originally shown, I think, the kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say Victorian colors, but like the brownish green ones and so forth. And then in another video, she showed the other two packs, so I had to get them. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and color this for my comfy, cozy color along. Or you can also do craft projects as well. And I just thought it would be interesting to see how these would work. I had originally bought them to do like Bible journaling and highlighting and stuff like that, but they are way more, I want to say waxy, but they're way more like a crayon / lipstick than they are an actual highlighter. So when I tried to use them as a highlighter, it kind of smudged and all that kind of stuff. So I had used these in another picture, and I decided I was going to try this whole picture using these Diverse Bees. Since I had purchased all of them, I figured I should probably use them. That's always good, right? Let's not waste supplies. So here I'm just using one of the colors, and I'm trying to be light-handed, but you know, I am kind of heavy-handed, and I'm trying to do some shading with these as well. And then I'm going to use a water brush to spread that out. Then you can see I'm going back here with a darker blue to give the shading. I don't know if you can hear my cat like up there meowing. What are you doing, Bobo? So funny. They're just like little children. Just like little children. So that's what I'm doing here. I want to do this, and then I wanted to see how well they would spread and so forth with water, and then blend and all that kind of stuff, because, you know, I do not color flat. I don't know, some people do, and it's, you know, all right for them, but I just like having shading. So almost everything I do has some kind of shading to it, because I can't not do it. Otherwise I feel like it's not done. You know what I mean? So here I'm just using that water brush, and it's an old ratty one, and just spreading some of that color around. And the good thing about it is this paper is thick enough that it's doing a good job. You can see how there's a good amount of water on here, and it's still holding up really well. So I was like, yay. I'm just going to do the same thing, trying to get some gradients of color with the two that I put on there and spread it out a little bit. And I do like the fact that it makes it, it gives it, obviously it gives it a watercolor look, but it also, it gives it more, what am I trying to say? You can also get a more mottled look, so it actually looks like a fabric or something like that, because nothing is ever like a solid color. It's always a mix and blend. So yeah, I'm just working on these cushions, trying to get them to look nice. So what are you guys up to? I actually filmed this a while ago, but the day that I'm doing the voiceover, it is actually snowing outside. And it's that wet snow. So, yeah, it's cold and all that kind of stuff. So, I decided I'd sit here and voice over this video. Just one of those, you know, lazy old days. Sort of like this girl. Reading her book and being lazy. I just want to go ahead and do this pillow the same way. And then I'll go back and add other layers and stuff. And it's basically the same thing that I do when I color with, you know, markers. Sometimes I go light to dark, and other times I go dark to light. So since she is reading a book, I love to read. It's just, I don't get as much time or feel as much energy to do it, since that's basically what I do all day. So crazy. All right, so I'm just going to put this color down because they didn't have exactly the skin tones I wanted. So, and my goal was to try to use, all these crayons and not too much else. So I am using this color, and I'm just going around where it would be darker. So on the bottoms of clothing, on the bottom of her skin, and I'm going to see if I can try to kind of fade it out. And then if it doesn't work the way I want it to work, then when I go back over it, I might use pencil or something to kind of work it out. And I was pretty pleased. I do have to say this. I was pretty pleased with how easily these diverse B, quote unquote, highlighters actually spread with water. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. All right. Because, sometimes you get your supplies and it's just like, I don't know why I bought this. So I was very glad that they are spreading. Anyway, we're talking about reading. Yes, reading. So what is your favorite genre to read? Are you a fiction reader? Are you a nonfiction reader? If you are a fiction reader, do you like fantasy, sci-fi, romances? I used to love historical romances. Those were just like my favorite, and I would read them like water. I also like sci-fi kind of stuff. It's so funny because I don't really read as much fantasy, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, although I watch it. So I prefer more psychological thriller type, vampires, which I guess is fantasy, but I'm talking about high fantasy. No. For nonfiction, I like to read a lot of stuff that's about like how to do stuff. So how to can, how to preserve, how to knit something, crochet something. I got a couple medical books over here. Country living. I do like cookbooks as well, even though I don't cook a lot. But I do want to cook more. And I can't bake. Oh my gosh, I can't bake to save my life. It's pitiful. Like bake from scratch. Can't do it. Here I'm just trying to mix a bunch of colors that are like browns, yellows, like there's that greenish color olivey in there to give that wood an interesting look. And then, like I said, I do like how these move with water. I don't know. So what else do we like to read? And this is, of course, going to be part of my comfy cozy color because she looks awfully cozy, awfully comfy. And this is how I feel in the wintertime. And since today is officially, I think we had some like snow flurries that maybe earlier, but it wasn't anything that stuck. And so since today is officially snow on the ground sticking, even though it is wet snow, daylight savings time has started, and I get up at the crack of dawn, come home, and it's already starting to get dark within an hour or two. Yeah, all I want to do is sit there like she is. Sit there and be like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to sit here and comfy, cozy. See, I'm sitting here yawning already. Comfy coziness. Oh my gosh. Comfy coziness. Get a big old cup of tea. Get a book to read. Ugh. So you know what I'm going to be doing over Christmas break. What? I'm not going to be doing anything. Oh, yeah. So I'm just sitting here looking at this. I'm loving how these colors are blending and how you can still keep different shades in there. Love it. Now, of course, the only thing that is bad so far about these diverse bees is that they are very limited as far as color palette goes. They only have the 3. And if you were just using them as highlighters, then that's definitely a lot of highlighter colors. But since at this moment I'm using them to color, it's a little more difficult. And I do know, like I don't know about anybody else, but like watercolors, I don't really like to spend a lot of time building up a whole bunch of layers, which is one reason why I like Derwent's, because you get some color pay off, like boom. Now I still do layers with them, but I guess the part for me is that I'm impatient, and once I'm coloring or doing whatever I'm doing, I just want to keep going. And with watercolor, you got to wait till the area dries. Waiting. Ah, blah, blah, blah. I hate waiting. So it is, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what the date is, but it's halfway through November, basically. Can you believe that Christmas is a month away? Ah! That's so crazy. A month away. Okay, now I'm trying to like add some color to her shirt. And I did the yellow, and then I pulled out this kind of like peachy color to see how I could blend those together to get something different. And then since it is a darker color, I'm just trying to put it mostly in the areas where it would be darker. I need to get my Christmas card list going because I need to get going and making some. Actually, I have a bunch made. I just don't have my list together of who I need to send them out to. Because if I don't write a list, I will forget. Do you guys send out Christmas cards? Or Hanukkah? What else is there? Is Rosh Hashanah in December? I can't remember. Kwanzaa. All that. All the holidays. Or just the winter days. If you celebrate no holidays. And so I need to get my Christmas card list together. If you would like to be on the Christmas card list, you can let me know. Now that doesn't mean everybody will get one. Because that may be like a crap ton of people. Oh, but you know, at least if you're on the list, I know that you'd like to be. Yep. Also, if anyone wants to order any Christmas cards, you can let me know. And you can check out my craft channel, which is Poet Spice, if you're interested in ordering any Christmas cards. Because I have lots of cards and you can see them over there. And I usually don't recreate something, but at least you get an idea. Anyway, so now I'm adding these yellows. I'm just noticing this like little squirrel over here eating his cookie. Eat his cookie. He's chilling. See, even the squirrel is chilling. He's chillaxing. I don't know if you noticed it there, but I also went over this wet piece with that gel crayon again, and it got some color down too. So that is a good thing as well, that the you can go over it, the wet parts. You probably shouldn't, but it did work. You also can smudge it with your finger. And I imagine you could probably use a dauber or something like that as well. Maybe I'll try that on the wall. I got chili on the stove cooking. It's more like a stew. It's got spaghetti sauce, diced tomatoes, mixed vegetables, chopped potatoes, spaghetti, hamburger, chili powder, pepper, meat tenderizer seasoning. I had some leftover taco meat, so I threw that in there too. It's like a red gumbo. It needs beans. I've got to go get the beans. I forgot to put the beans in there. I do not like beans. I only like white northern beans. So we don't put kidney beans in there. Ugh. Now, Mr. Man, he likes those kind of beans. I don't. So I only use white northern beans. But I need to go get a can and put it in there. All right, now I've pulled out my Spectrum Noir metallic pens, and they will spread with water. I don't know if you can see it very well here. They will spread with water if you do it quick enough. And there is a little bit of lead time, but not a ton. So it will spread like a watercolor. And then once it dries, it's set. Almost like the concept of a Derwent ink tints. Okay. So you've got that metallic color. And I'm putting that here to make it darker. So like I said, there's not all the colors that you may want. But I'm putting it in these corners like this so it makes the frame actually look more 3D. And then I'll go through and spread some of it with some more water to kind of blend it in more. I've been rather disappointed with Crafter's Companion over the probably last 4 or 5 years. But I do still love their coloring products. At least most of them anyway. Particularly their markers. I do love their alcohol markers. Although I must say, Ohuhus are my favorite alcohol markers. I like it because they have a ton of colors and they're less expensive. And things are too expensive just to be, buying something for a name brand. Do you guys have your Christmas list ready to go? I can't even think of what I want for Christmas, other than I do want a floor lamp. I want a big floor lamp that I could put beside the couch and have it hang over. Because our living room is very dark most of the time. So that would be cool. Then I could do a little more crafting downstairs. Although I'm pretty sure Mr. Man would be like, aren't you supposed to do that upstairs? Not that he would probably even notice, because most of the time when he's down here and I'm down here after dinner or whatever, he's sleeping. Speaking of which, he needs to come home. Where's he at? You better bring me something good with he been gone this long. Mr. Man, bring me something good back, honey. honey. To the comfy coziness. To the comfy coziness. Comfy cozy, comfy cozy. We wanna be comfy cozy. Yay! Okay, I don't know. There you go. That's my comfy cozy song. Comfy cozy. Oh, you definitely have to tune in for the 24 Days of Christmas on my craft channel. Yeah, it'll be 24 days of video every day for the first 24 days of December. I might do some coloring, might do some card making. I might have some just like yarn work. So definitely come and just check it out. Okay, so now I pulled out some stencils, and originally I can't remember if I cut it out or not. Originally I was trying to use some of these, color some of these crayons onto plastic and then use water. Oh, I did cut it out, but it was not working. It was looking a hot mess. So I wiped it all off, and then I'm just going to use these ink blenders. And this is some diamond press ink. And the stencil, I can't remember what the stencil was. Maybe Hero Arts. So yeah, definitely come and check out the craft channel for the 24 Days of Christmas. And there's some other ladies that are participating with me. So that'll be fun. See what everybody does. Yeah, so this tree stencil is pretty cool. And so I'm just moving it in various places to get that effect of having your like trees and be kind of cloudy in the background and so forth. And since it's a tree, it doesn't really matter where the leaves are, because you're just gonna, well, what I'm gonna do is go back and draw some pieces into it anyway. So it's just basically to give those shapes in different layers of green. So I just took out a different set of daubers that I have, and I'm using this Magenta ink to go through and add some more like color to the background so it doesn't look so piecey. Okay, so then I pulled out these brown fine liners, and I want to put in some like tree branches and so forth, so it doesn't look like a green blob in the background. So I'm going to use that to go ahead and sketch in some little trunk pieces as well as some little branches for the tree leaves to hang on. So I like how this ended up, and I will let this go ahead and finish out, and then I will have a part 2 coming out once I get that filmed. All right, thanks for watching. You guys have a good day. Leave any comments below, and definitely let me know, like, answers to the questions. See you guys later.